Hey, good morning and thank you for joining us on the Tammie Tubbs Show. It is a great day to be alive. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. God bless you. You know, I really want to take this opportunity to just encourage you to love on your mother right now. If she's there with you, wake her up, go give her a hug or kiss and just say, Mom, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. My special guest on this morning is going to empower you to live life to the fullest. Stay tuned. I'll see you very soon.
Celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration.
Hi, we're back, and I'm here with Miss Demetria Sherer, Director of Drug Court in Tupelo, Lee County. Thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, first and foremost, I am a wife and a mother. My occupation is Lee County Drug Court Director, or Lee County Justice Court. I am a lover of life. I like to do things outside the box that are outside the norm. But most importantly, I really enjoy being with my family.
All right, wife, mother, entrepreneur, businesswoman. How do you balance all of that?
Well, it's hard, and it all begins with having a great support system first and foremost. My husband is very supportive. He picks up where I leave off. So with that being said, it's easy to balance in that aspect because when I'm not there, he's there, and so forth. So it just works out for me. He always pushes me to do my best. He always tells me I can when I think I can't. So it just works out.
Now let's journey back. You're here glowing, you're smiling, like everything is perfectly placed in order. What changed your life from your plans of moving to the big city, to Atlanta? What changed through the high school years?
Well, my senior year of high school, I got pregnant with my daughter, Alasia. She's now 13. I did marry her dad. We've been together since high school, so I guess you could say we're high school sweethearts. But that changed me. Being a teenage mom, having her my senior year of high school, and then my mom being like, you're going to be the mom, I'm going to be the grandma, made me stay at home. I couldn't go out to the city and go off to school. My goal was to go to Clark, and I couldn't do that because I had a child to take care of. So that was the biggest adjustment of my life. It was.
How did you tell your mom? What was her response?
Well, I kind of thought that I was because, of course, I missed my administration. So I thought that I was, but I wasn't really sure. So she sent me to the store to buy my own pregnancy test.
She sent you. Smart lady.
She sent me to the store to buy my own pregnancy test, and I went to Super D. And came back home, went into her bathroom and took it, and it came up positive.
Your thoughts? What's going on in your mind?
I can't believe it. It's not anything, of course, that you have planned for yourself, but when you do grown-up things, you have grown-up responsibilities. And my mom, believe it or not, was more calm than I was. She hugged me, she kissed me, and she just told me that she'd be there for me no matter what.
Were you afraid as a young teenage mom, to be?
I was a little bit because I didn't know what to expect. That your body changes. You go through things that you typically wouldn't go through at that age. So it was a little fearful. But I had my mom who was there to guide me along the way. So that made a big difference for me. I had a huge support system. My mother, my aunts, even my uncles, my cousins, my husband's family. So I had a great support system in reference to even from my pregnancy all the way throughout, even to helping me when I needed help with my daughter as well.
Now, listening to you say you had a great support system, and I'm sure they told you, Demetria, back then they called it me.
Yes.
Don't do this. If you do this, it's going to happen. Why do you think you ended up, taking that road of, I just want to test and see?
Well, really and truly, growing up, my mom never really talked to me about sex. I knew about it, I seen it, kind of thought, but she never talked to me about sex. That was just something that was underlining, that was just really never discussed in my house. She never took me about birth control. She never kind of told me about condoms. So sex for me was just something that I did on my own.
Or what you saw in the media.
Right. So I wasn't guided from not to have sex, what the consequences to having sex could be. I wasn't. I've heard about STDs. I heard about all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I really didn't know.
What about dating? Did she ever talk to you about dating or anything like that?
No, never told me I could or couldn't date. I always had a little boyfriend, so I thought, but those things we just never discussed. She trusted me. Really, and I guess in that trusting, she thought that I would make the best decision.
Yeah.
And at that time, I felt I was making the best decision for me. I had been with my husband, my boyfriend at that time for a while, and that was something that we wanted to do, and that's what we did.
Wow. Now, Mississippi being #1 in teenage pregnancy,
Yes.
I'm sure that you are on a day-to-day basis. You talk to some high school young girls, females around. What do you tell them as far as looking back at your life, what not to do?
I really try to encourage them to wait, because one thing that I tell them is that sex is going to be the same today, it's going to be the same tomorrow, it's going to be the same next year. So it doesn't change. Your mates change, but it doesn't change. And what I try to encourage them to do is to wait. And even if they have had sex and now get to a point where, that they don't want to have sex anymore, then they don't have to. No one can force you to do really anything that you want to. And who's to say that because you've had sex before that you can't save yourself now for your husband? Okay, so I made a mistake. I experimented. Now I'm going to save myself. And sex is something to me, is that something that really should be shared with that person that you really and truly love. Because when you guys come together as one and he knows your needs and you meet his needs, it's just explosive. And it's something more than just going with the flow or just going through the motions of having sex. It's so much bigger than that.
Yeah. I often tell the young ladies that premarital sex is wrong. Although society is explicit, it's everywhere. The radio, music, television, it's in every area. But we have to, as adults, take responsibility to educate, our children. I know you all are enjoying this. We'll be right back with Miss Demetria Sherer. Stay tuned.
The official off-site sell-off is happening now. Truckloads of low-mileage one-owner vehicles are being shipped to the Walmart Supercenter in Starkville for this once-in-a-lifetime money-saving event. Many have remaining factory warranties and have barely been driven. These vehicles have undergone a 125-point inspection and are ready to be sold to the public. Every make, every model, cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, even luxury vehicles. Payments starting at $79 a month with zero down. Prices from $29.95. Don't miss this exclusive event at the Walmart Supercenter in Starkville. Going on now.
Celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. I'm loving on you, you're loving on me. And together, we will live life happily. Come on and let me say yeah. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah, yeah. It's a celebration, yeah, yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah, yeah, it's a celebration. Oh, 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 oh. I celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. I'm loving on you, you're loving on me. And together, we will live life happily. Come on and let me say yeah. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah, yeah. It's a celebration, yeah, yeah, celebration. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration.
Bad credit? Forget it! You've just been pardoned from past credit problems because Carlock Kia issues you credit amnesty. Yes, it's true. Carlock Kia wants to finance you no matter what your credit looks like. Drive any vehicle like the 2012 Kia Sorento crossover for $0 down, $99 a month with a huge selection to choose from. Divorce? Okay. Bankruptcy? Okay. Repo? Okay. You're approved with credit amnesty. Now is your chance to buy at Carlock Kia, where everybody rides.
Good morning. If you're just joining us, I'm here on the Tammie Tubbs show with none other than Miss Demetria Sherer. You know what? I am enjoying this moment right now of just reflections of life. You know, we all make mistakes,
Right.
but what I love so much about you, you didn't stay in the moment.
No.
You moved on and said, you know what? I'm still going to achieve and reach for the stars. And even
Right.
if I miss, I'll be right and close to the moon. So let's go back. All right, you're pregnant, you know,
Right.
high school, and you told your mom, and I love how she made you go get, you know, yourself.
Right.
You know, you did it, you could take responsibility
Right.
for it. You married, of course,
Mhm.
your babe's father, and now you're transitioning into what do I do?
Right.
Are you still feeling loved?
I am. I'm still feeling love because she never took her arm from around me. So I am still feeling love. I graduated high school. I went on to college. I went to ICC. And my husband did as well. But she still continued to push me. She never wanted me to stop no matter what. I worked a full-time job. I went to school full-time. I was a full-time mother. Carlin, he played basketball. And so he stayed on campus. So I would commute back and forth every day from Fulton. But I still felt love. He was very supportive. When I couldn't pick up my daughter, my mom did. When she couldn't, his mom did, his sister did. So all around, I had support.
So there was a village. You
Yes.
weren't out there alone.
I
And so
wasn't.
many mothers, and I want you to address this. Someone right now that's saying, my daughter's pregnant. I told her if she ever gets pregnant, I'm throwing her out. I hear that so often.
Right.
They leave them. I mean,
Right.
at their most vulnerable moment, when you need to embrace,
Right.
they kick them out. So if you would, just tell a mother right now to just love on their daughters right where they are. I know they've made a mistake,
Right.
but God still loves us in
Right.
spite of.
Any mothers that are dealing with a daughter that is going through teenage pregnancy, or even experimenting with sex, I say encourage them. Give them the positives of it. You know, so many times we hear the negative, not do this, don't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. Really and truly, that forces them and pushes them to try it and want to do it even the more. But if you can sit down and be open about sex and what the consequences are, and let them know that, you know, if it were to happen, it's not the end of the road. I mean, I think that for the most part, they'll love you even the more for
Yeah.
that. And really, you know, we all make mistakes. Not everybody had their child when they were married to their husbands.
That's right.
I'm not saying that you had yours at a teenage years, but you did have it out of wedlock, and you could take it as a mistake. But at the end of the day, if you could support her and love her and let her know that regardless of what she's done and the consequences, you know, that she's having to go through, you'll be there, it will make the relationship a whole lot better.
Yeah, open communication is the key.
It is.
Open communication is the key.
It is.
A lot of times our young girls are so afraid to talk to the mothers because she's going to curse me out.
Right.
You know, and we have to be able to swallow
Mhm.
whatever they bring to us
Right.
and talk to them in love.
Right.
There's no way around it because if you just kick them out, they're going to stay in the world.
Yes, they are.
They're going to turn to those bad boys and
You're
thugs
right.
and all those people that they feel love
Right.
them. So, you know, it's one of those things we have to embrace our babies.
And you do.
Go ahead.
And I was just going to say, you know, because one thing about it is if you don't love them, they'll try to find somebody who will. And so it is up to us as parents to, you know, sex has always been something that has been so closed-mouthed and nobody wants to talk about it in this hush-hush. But if you can open up, talk about it, and start at an early age. Let
Yes.
them know. You don't have to go into details. Make it age appropriate for them.
Mm-hmm.
It always starts with touching and, hugs and kisses. Let them know where it begins, because believe it or not, you got 7 and 8 year olds who are experimenting with sex now.
Yes, oral sex
Right.
is like the newest thing, the
It is.
form of sex now.
It is. And they say it's not sex, but it is.
It is.
And they're still exposing themselves to different types of diseases and so forth, even in that. So if you can sit down and you can talk about it and make it age appropriate for them and allow them to ask you questions and you answer them truthfully and honestly, it'll give them a better outlook on what it really is.
Oh yeah. Now I want to go back to this because we talked earlier about how the young ladies, they look for love in all the wrong places. Did you find yourself doing that early on?
I did. I grew up for the most part without my biological father. My mom did get married, but he was my stepfather. And although he took very great care of me and even adopted me, I still missed that fatherly love.
Sure.
And so, I looked for love in all the wrong places. I dated the drug dealers, I dated the thugs, I dated the dropouts, whatever you want to call them, because it was excitement for me. And they fulfilled something to me that I felt that I was missing.
Yeah.
So yes, I did look for love in all the wrong places. And I had sex at an early age. And I did things that now you think, and you look back on and you wish you hadn't done, but I did. And those things have actually made me a better person as to what I am today. And that's how I can relate to so many young girls, because I've been there.
Yeah.
I've done that. And even though I had a very supportive mother, a very supportive stepfather who was there, it was still nothing they could do to stop me from wanting to achieve that excitement or look for it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. That's what I was drawn to at the time.
Yeah.
So that's what I went chasing after.
Now that you are transitioned, businesswoman, career lady,
Right.
entrepreneur, everything, totally different person, life transformation. As a mom, what do you see yourself doing now to make sure that your girls, because you have 2 beautiful young girls, what do you make sure that you do with your girls specifically?
I, for the most part, try to be open with them. I let them see what a open relationship is. Carlin and I, we hug, we kiss. We're not intimate with each other, but I let them see,
The
there's
love
nothing
in the
wrong.
house,
Right.
yeah.
And I let them see there's nothing wrong with that. My oldest, who is 13, she's at the age where sex is open and she's exposed to it, so I talk to her. She doesn't like it,
Yeah.
but I talk to her and I just kind of let her know that, this is what it is. You see it on TV. You hear it in the music, you see it in magazines, it's on the internet. So I try to talk to her and let her know that, even though she don't want to hear it, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Yeah, and as great parents, we have to make sure that we do that. I love you all so very much. You know what? The next segment, we're going to talk about parenting styles, what we need to do to make sure that our children are not left behind. We'll be right back.
The official off-site sell-off is happening now. Truckloads of low-mileage one-owner vehicles are being shipped to the Walmart Supercenter in Starkville for this once-in-a-lifetime money-saving event. Many have remaining factory warranties and have barely been driven. These vehicles have undergone a 125-point inspection and are ready to be sold to the public. Every make, every model, cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, even luxury vehicles. Payments starting at $79 a month with 0 down. Prices from $29.95. Don't miss this exclusive event at the Walmart Supercenter in Starkville, going on now. Bad credit? Forget it! You've just been pardoned from past credit problems because Carlock Kia issues you credit amnesty. Yes, it's true. Carlock Kia wants to finance you no matter what your credit looks like. Drive any vehicle like the 2012 Kia Sorento crossover for 0 down, $99 a month with a huge selection to choose from. Divorce? Okay. Bankruptcy? Okay. Repo? Okay. You're approved with credit amnesty. Now is your chance to buy at Carlock Kia, where everybody rides.
Open communication is vital. Spending quality time with your children is not an option.
No.
You have to put in the time to spend with your children.
You do.
Why is that important?
Because so many times, I think that if you don't put in a quality time, I'm a firm believer that they'll find somebody who will. Whether it be a significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody else's parent. And I think that it's just important in building relationships. Quality time, it gives you that time to just be one-on-one, be open, be candid, and just get the chance to love on each other, and experiment with life, just hanging out, laughing, joking, talking, all those things make a bond.
Yeah.
And those bonds form great relationships.
And you actually had a wonderful relationship with your mom.
I did.
I know we talked early on of how she did not talk to you in regards to sex, but she left a legacy that lives on even today.
Yes.
Just tell us a little bit about your mom.
My mom was wow. I mean, really and truly, she was wow. She was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the most part, she was a single mom. She worked 12-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
Even in that, come home, cook. She took care of my brother and I. You know, we always had the best.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing for her to give us the very best. So she was amazing. She had great fashion sense.
Mm-hmm.
She was always conscious of how she looked, what she wore. But in that, it made her a great person. Always smiled. Always, hello, how you doing? Great personality. And I try to live up to that.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be the great person that she was.
What is the one thing that you remember the most about your mom?
She never left the house without looking her very best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it didn't matter if she was going to the store, she was going to Walmart, she was going to get her car washed. It just didn't matter. She's going to make sure that she looked her very best. And I always remember her telling me as I got old enough, she would be like, me, I grew up, I was just kind of like jeans, t-shirt kind of girl. And she'd be like, you're not going nowhere with me looking like that. We're going such and such, such and such, and we're going to do such and such, such and such. And she would always make sure, if you don't do nothing else, you better put some lip gloss on your lips or put some eyeliner on your eyes. She always imparted in me to no matter what, no matter where you're going, look your very best. Because you never know who you're going to run into.
Absolutely. Now, she's no longer with us.
Right.
How are you day to day?
Day to day, I live on the good things. I had a great relationship with my mom. So I don't have no coulda, shoulda, wouldas. You know. So I live great. You know, I think about her constantly. And everywhere I go with me being back home, I always say, you look just like your mom, or look Tut, or, you know, you look just like her. I mean, I hear that all the day long. So
Is that comforting?
It is. I take it as a compliment. You know, even though it's hard, and sometimes it's hard to just kind of deal with everybody knowing who she was and so forth, but I take it as a compliment because for the most part, nobody has anything bad to say about my mom. So to be compared to a person that was so amazing as she is, it is a compliment to me.
And she was definitely, as we call it today, a fashionista.
She was.
She had everything together, honey.
Yes.
Everything.
She
And just
did.
a lover of life.
Yeah.
She loved life. Do you find yourself, you know, even now, just soaring?
I do. I live life to the fullest on a day-to-day basis.
Why do you choose to do that?
Because, you know, you never know. My mom died suddenly in a car accident. And so you never know when suddenly it's going to come. So I choose to live day to day to my best and my fullest. I try not to let things get to me.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be a stressor and, you know, everything got to me and the least little thing you said irritated me. But now it is what it is.
Yeah.
And that is the motto of mine. You know, you can't change things, you can't change people, but I can only control me. And so I focus on me.
That's good.
I do.
That's really good. You know, I love that too. It is what it is. Trust God and keep it moving.
Right.
Because you can allow people to flood you with so much garbage that you become contaminated yourself and you'll be walking around mean and hateful and life is too short for that.
It is.
You never know, like you said, you could be gone in a blink of a second.
Yes, you can.
And I'm a firm believer that Jesus is on his way back.
Yes.
And so I want to get everything that he has for me, and I want to enjoy life. So when I'm gone, just like you're reflecting on the memories with your mom, someone will be able to smile and say some wonderful things about me. Look into the camera right now and just love on someone that has lost their mom.
If you've lost your mom, I strongly advise you to live on the great things. Live on the Christmases, the Thanksgivings, the family vacations, the holidays, the going to the mall, or the incidents here, or just the fun things in life that you guys share. Because regardless, there had to be some fun times. There had to be some great times. And I just say dwell on those. Those are the things that I dwell on. I don't focus on the things that that may have upset me or may have where we argue. I focus on the smiles, the laughter, the hugs, the kisses, all of that great things, because that is really and truly what make such a great mother-daughter relationship or mother-son relationship. Any relationship. I say don't focus on the past, focus on the future, and just live life. You know, because I don't think any mother would want their child's crying all the time, being sad, being depressed. I would want to think that they would want the very best even today, even though they're not here.
Cherish every moment.
Right. And you know, the things that your parent didn't do for you, I say do those things for your kids, you know, instill in them great values and make lifetime memories with them.
You only get one life to live.
You do.
So you might as well enjoy it while you're here. Because when you're gone, I guarantee your children and their children, they will enjoy what you are leaving behind. Well, guess what, you guys? My time is up. Happy Mother's Day to you, to yours. I pray that you've been blessed by this wonderful woman of God and her testimony of how she turned, you know, that dark hour into just a joy, unspeakable joy. Well, I love you all so very much. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Be blessed.
I celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. I'm loving on you, you're loving on me. And together, we will live life happily. Come on and let me say yeah. Celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration. Say yeah. Celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration. I celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. I'm loving on you, you're loving on me. And together, we will live life happily. Come on and let me say yeah. Celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration.